Eating late at night causes fat gain. I think we're going to be quite predictable in these, Marvin, in terms of what the answer is. But there's some people who may avoid eating after 7 p.m., 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. or whatever it might be. This may mean that they go to bed hungry. Maybe they've attributed fat gain to eating before bed. So where this comes from is early studies, and these were correlational studies, found that people who ate late at night tended to gain more weight. But these studies were somewhat misinterpreted, and essentially, the weight gain wasn't necessarily caused by the timing of the food, but it was caused by the type and the quantity of food consumed late at night. So it was more a behavioral thing. So if you are someone who eats late at night, you're likely to have consumed more calories during the day, and therefore eating late at night can push you over into a calorie surplus. So a calorie consumed at 9 p.m. or midday is the same unit of energy, right? Nothing changes just because it's nighttime, or nothing changes because you are going to bed. What determines whether you gain or lose fat is the total calorie intake across the course of the day. And so this is why, yes, you can lose weight on intermittent fasting if you're only eating for 5 hours or 4 hours or 3 hours, whatever it is. You can lose weight if you are eating across the course of the day, I don't know, 18 hours or 16 hours or whatever it might be. It is simply, are you burning more calories than you're consuming? Are you in that calorie deficit? And so, yes, people who eat late tend to eat more in total over the day. So maybe they're having their meals, maybe they're snacking, maybe they're choosing more calorie dense foods. And so, again, what is the truth? Calorie deficit, calorie deficit, calorie deficit. Um, it doesn't necessarily matter about what you're eating and when. It matters obviously about the portion sizes. Is it fitting within your daily calories? And also avoiding eating from a place of restriction, right? After an arbitrary cutoff time can actually backfire as well. Because you may not have eaten all afternoon, and then 7 o'clock comes and you're like, damn, no, I can't eat. And so this leads to hunger, it leads to restriction, it leads to potential binging, when the willpower runs dry. So
Quick one,
supplement.
Pete. Abdullah mentioned a question, or I guess a question of like how eating late at night might affect recovery because of reducing sleep quality when going to bed full, which is true, right? Like if you are going to bed fully stuffed, it means your body is working a little bit harder to digest the food whilst and like at that moment you're full. It's starting to work hard to digest food whilst you're going to bed when it should be prioritizing recovery. And so we actually do suggest that people do try and eat, 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, just to allow your body to kind of start to digest that food and for you to get better quality of sleep. However, a quick tip for those of you that train really early in the morning, fasted and or not fasted, to actually have more of your carbohydrates later at night, because then that'll give you energy for you to then do your workout early in the morning, unless you're waking up at 4:30 and having breakfast.